Hello, adventurers. My name's Tyler.
And I'm Richard.
On today's episode, we're going over Pistolheart by Carlos Cisco. Welcome to True Strike.
Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the show.
Howdy.
This here is True Strike, where we're going to be talking about Pistolheart, a Western campaign supplement for Daggerheart.
It wouldn't make the chick sound, would it?
No.
It's a revolver.
It's a revolver. It also does not make a casino sound.
Imagine I'm twirling, I'm spinning the cylinder. Where's your GM screen thing that everyone loves?
It's at home.
This is when we need it most.
Well,
Wait,
yeah.
Really? Why don't we have it for this?
I don't know, because I forgot. I'm horrible at this.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Pistolheart.
Yes. What is Pistolheart?
So Pistolheart is exactly what I said. It's a Western supplement for Daggerheart.
But specifically, why?
Why?
Well, are there any other kind of Western games in Daggerheart already?
So Colossus of the Drylands is one of the best campaign frames in the entire book.
Heck yeah, it is.
It just is. Not up for debate.
You know who helped work on Colossus of the Drylands?
Tell me.
It was Carlos Cisco.
Yeah.
The creator
of
Pistolheart.
The only regret that I have is that this was not out before I ran my Colossus of the Drylands campaign. Because I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh, I already want to change. I already have. I want to change Bang.
I know you're going to want to change.
I want to change Bang a little bit.
Yes.
Guess what? He's still going to stay a ranger.
Which is fine. I like that. But yeah, no, this, I was very excited when we found out about this. And I was like, I could not wait for it to get released. And I knew that whatever was in here, we were going to end up using in our Colossus of the Drylands game. 100%. There was like no way this is going to get released and I wasn't going to use some content from here.
Full transparency at the top of this. Richard bought this.
Oh, yes. No, this wasn't given or anything like that. I bought this as soon as it was released. I was like, click.
Yep.
And give it to me.
Recently, Carlos actually reached out to us and offered to give it to us.
He was like, do you want a copy of this?
Too late.
Like, I already have a copy. I already bought it. But thank you.
But exactly.
Yes.
Thank you so much for reaching out.
No, thank you for reaching out.
It's great content. We're going to go over it. We're very high on this content. But, you know, we weren't giving it. So,
we were giving it.
We'll trust our review if you want.
But yeah, we'll have the link down there.
Yes, we will link to it.
itch.io where you can pick this up for $15.
Okay. How, before we talk about anything else, how do you feel about the price?
Okay, so full disclosure.
Yes.
$15. I have no idea what I was buying.
Yes.
All I had was like the preview, right? And the idea of Cisco being the one that wrote this, right? So I was like, okay, so we know who wrote it. I know what it is. And we got a little bit of a preview. And I was all like, I'm in. So $15, I'm in. I don't really care what I'm getting out of this. I know I'm going to get something cool. So I don't know what it is. I got it. It is not as long as I thought it was going to be. So what is it? It is, how many pages is it?
If you look at the table of contents, you're looking at 10 pages of content.
Yes, 10 pages of content. Okay. So yes, I saw it and I was like, oh, it's only 10 pages of content. So it's going to be pretty quick. So it is a little bit shorter than I expected.
I can let you know I read through it at lunch today.
Yes. Yeah, it doesn't take a long read.
No.
However, do not misconstrue that with me saying that it is not worth $15. It is very much worth $15.
That's where I was landing to.
Yes. I am not sad about what I paid for this. I would pay it again. So yes, this right here is a perfect example to me of extra content at the right price.
Yes. And hey, and it's one of those things too, you know what, is it a little bit more than some of the other supplements and stuff you're going to find? Yeah, but it's all human made.
Yes, but it's all human made. Has
great
amazing art.
Wow.
Everywhere.
And it fits right into like what they've already been doing.
Exactly. It fits right in. But yeah, the artwork is on point. I love every single bit of it that's in here. And there is a lot of it in here to love. And like I said, it's like I said, full transparency, it's shorter than I thought it was going to be, but I am not disappointed by that at all. Love everything that I hear here. So now, if you've watched us go over content before, you know we kind of have a formula of how we read through things, and we tell you to.
We like deep dive into Daggerheart stuff, Void, Core, it doesn't matter. We always do it.
I don't want to do that for this.
We're not doing that today.
We decided, we talked about it, and neither one of us want to do that today.
Right.
Because I want to help support the people that make this kind of content, because I want more of this content. So we want to support Carlos and the people that helped him work on this. Everybody from, him writing it to the editors and layouts and artwork and all that fun stuff. So we're not going to go through our normal thing where we read out every single part of every single thing so we can deep dive into them. So instead, when we talk about these subclasses, we're going to give you just the foundation features. We're going to talk about those.
Yes.
If you want to know about the specialization and masteries, and you're gonna wanna, and this is up your alley, please go buy it.
Yes.
Support Carlos and all of his team.
And we will get to it, of course, but when it comes to the amount of weaponry you're going to get out of this, the subclasses themselves, and the mounted features adjustment, stuff like that, I think if you're gonna play a Western, you might want this.
Yes, and that's kind of where I was going with this too, is that and I didn't say this to you, but I said at the top of the round that Colossus of the Drylands is the best campaign frame in the book. For me, it's my favorite. It was absolute blast to run, and I can't wait to run more of it. If I had one complaint about Colossus of the Drylands, and it's the only complaint I have really, is the lack of stuff like weaponry. We had a couple of guns and dynamite.
Yes, literally. That's it.
That's it. No,
it's
extra
pistol, rifle, dynamite, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we got a couple of guns and we got dynamite, and we didn't get any other we got Colossus's actually Colossi, so we got the rules for Colossi and stuff like that.
Fantastic.
Which is fantastic, yes. But we didn't get a lot of extra stuff. And what we're going to dive into in this a little bit later, not dive into, what we're going to talk about here is the primary weapons, the firearms, and the mount rules that we get here. So mounted rules. This is all really good stuff. This is stuff that was missing from Colossus of the Drylands. It
supplements Colossus extremely well. And if you don't want the Colossus side of Colossus in the Drylands,
absolutely,
you just want to run a Western. You want this.
Yeah.
This is even better for you than Colossus of the Drylands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all that said, let's dive into it.
Yeah, so it comes with 4 subclasses, I believe?
So we've got what they refer to as the gunslingers, right? So these are 5 subclasses.
My mistake.
And they're for the Guardian, the Ranger, the Rogue, the Seraph, and the Warrior. So these are all different, basically Western archetypes that we're going to get for these 5 subclasses. You want to do the first one?
Yeah, so first off, we're going to start here with the Guardian, and that is the Breacher subclass. Little note here, play the Breacher if you want to lead the charge. Safety be danged. Foundation feature here. I got a couple of them. First off, we got Boomstick. Mark a stress to choose a point within close range. Make an attack roll against all creatures in very close area around that point, and on a success, you deal d6 plus 4 physical damage using your proficiency. You also gain Door Kicker. No door can hold you. You have advantage on action rolls to break down obstacles.
Yeah.
I love Door Kicker so much. Boomstick, very powerful.
Oh, very powerful.
It's super fun. I love it. Door Kicker, I read that one. I laughed. I read this whole thing in my car today during lunch. I laughed in my car.
Yeah.
And I was like, the uses for just action roll advantage to break down obstacles is vague enough that I could use that all the time.
Yeah, you could use that all the time.
It's so good.
I know places in the campaign where you would have used that.
See?
100%.
So how do you feel between that and the Boomstick, really? That's the main damage dealer right there.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like the idea of a basically a firearm user, but somebody who is in very close. So running in and just kicking stuff and then firing off shotgun rounds, just blasting stuff spray and pray. Yeah, which is really, really cool.
The feature hit me for the specialization. I adore.
It is very,
and I wish I could talk about it right now.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we're done filming this so I can rave about this feature.
It's cool. So we're not going to get into the specializations and masteries,
obviously,
but they get really cool. And it's not just how should I say this? is that it's not just the same stuff over and over
No,
again.
not once. It really
Right.
does. Like,
So the foundation feature is what it is.
Right.
But then your specialization and masteries are really fleshing out
Yes.
these classes.
There are core book specializations and masteries that just improve upon
the
subclass, which is by nature
fine.
like exactly. It's kind of what you expect. This doesn't just like double down on the ability you had previously. It expands your arsenal with each like dip into this, which I love. Also, just to mention right here, I will mention one thing that we did, so we weren't going to do, just as an example. Each mastery of these comes with an ability that enhances your mounted features. So the very first one here has Steel Horse. While mounted, you get a +2 bonus to damage thresholds. You can charge without making a strength roll. It's the only one I'm going to go over right there. But boom, every single one of these just... how do you feel about you getting a mounted feature as your mastery? That's not the only one. There's another one.
That's not the only one. There's others, but I like the idea a lot.
I like that all of them get it.
Yes, because I like that mounts are kind of a focus point.
Do you think though that if the mount feature should be at your foundation?
Ooh, I see what you're saying there.
It's very high level play that you're getting these masteries.
That you're getting masteries.
And the whole game you're on a mount.
No, not necessarily. You
not
guys
necessarily,
were on mounts,
sure.
but you didn't do any combat on mounts or anything like that. You were just on mounts for a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I already have mounted combat planned for the future, but it's I don't think so. I think I like where it is. I think it's fine where it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that the thing is, and we talked about that one, and we've read them all, obviously. I think that if they were simpler abilities, like if they offered you less of a bonus, then maybe I would move them higher on the list. But what some of these mounted abilities give you are higher play and higher tier. Sure. Right. So they're giving you very good bonuses. And I think it might be a little bit overpowered if they gave them to you earlier.
Okay.
So I like where they're at.
Okay.
Yeah, I like where they're at. The next one we have is the Ranger, and it's the Long Barrel.
This is the one I want to switch to.
Play the Long Barrel if you prefer to keep your distance, striking foes down before they know you're there. So the spellcasting trait is Instinct. The foundation features you get, the first one is Tag 'em. You can mark a stress when you deal damage to a target at close range or further to make it temporarily vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And then you have Eagle Eye. You have a bonus equal to your proficiency on action rolls to see things at great distance. I like this. And when I read this, I was all like, I wonder if Tyler is going to change.
I actually had to think about it. And like part of me is like, oh, I should do like a little min-maxing back and forth between the other and this one. Just to see what really, really is going to like make me the most powerful I can be. But at the end of the day, this Long Barrel Ranger is what Bang was always supposed to be.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I just dive in?
So I read it. I read the foundation and I'm like, I can see him sticking with his current iteration.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there are some people that are definitely going to change, but I was like, I can see him sticking.
Bad dog?
Yeah.
Bad dog switching.
Bad dog switching. But then I started to read the specializations and masteries of Long Barrel, and I was like, oh, no, Tyler's switching. I was like, no, he's switching. There's no way he's not switching.
I think
once I read those.
Reaper Round Mastery may be too strong.
Too strong?
A hope. A resource you can get quite often. 50% chance essentially plus.
Yeah, but
and it does all that.
I know, but I don't think it's overpowered. I think
maybe it's not.
I don't think it's
I didn't say overpowered, and I get it. It's a fantasy game. It's a heroic fantasy. It's very powerful.
It's very powerful, but
I really like it.
I have my reasons, but I think it's fine.
I really like it.
I think it's fine. But yeah, no. As soon as I started reading those, I was all like, yeah, Tyler is 100% using this.
100%.
Like there's
the fact that if you're gonna let me,
oh yeah, absolutely,
it's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next here, we have for the Seraph, we have the Marshal subclass. This one is also so good. And I want to go through all of it so bad.
I think this one is one of my favorites.
It might be the best of them.
It's really good.
So, play as the Marshal if you want you and your posse to bring law and order to the Wildlands. You get the deputized posse. Once per long rest, you can spend a hope to place 3 tokens on this card. You or another PC can spend a token instead of spending a hope to help an ally. Just prioritizing and helping allies, and you get to do it 3 times for a single hope.
Yeah. Whoever plays this, I hope that you know that you're getting these little deputy stars that I'm going to print for your card.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's, oh my gosh, that's love it.
Whatever player chooses this in my game is getting those little deputy stars.
You also get the Frontier Justice. Spend a hope to make a spellcast roll against a target within close range. On a success, they are temporarily restrained by a spectral lasso. You can mark a stress to pull a lassoed target into melee range. The artwork with the spectral lasso is so cool.
Yes, very, very cool. The spectral lasso, I absolutely love. Such a cool idea.
I will say, going forward in the specialization and the mastery, they double down on the spectral lasso, adding a condition, and then the condition gets even better into the mastery and stuff, and it all is playing into each other without just being an upgrade on one thing.
Yeah.
It's like a domino effect.
A domino effect.
One thing gives you an ability, which gives you another ability, which gives you another ability, and they all kind of just lean on each other. And it's so good.
Yeah. This one has some other features that we get into the specialization and the mastery that actually give me like ideas
for entire characters.
Not only entire characters, but other Western style mechanics that I would love to see.
Well, make sure you message Carlos, because they're making a volume 2. I know
they're making a volume 2, and I had thoughts when I read that one, and I was like, "Oh man, this is giving me ideas." And I bet there's no way he hasn't already thought of these things.
You don't know, you never know though.
But
that's
yeah,
the thing.
No, it's already given me ideas for like, oh man, that would have been really cool to be in like a supplement like this, and like it's given me ideas.
I mean, look, you can go through the proper channels and you can fill out the surveys. I know you're getting them, or are you in his DMs?
Yeah, I'll just message him. But yeah, no, this one I think is probably my favorite.
Okay.
The next one we have is Rogue, which is the outlaw.
So
the art one on this is so cute. Little goblin with a pistol and a dagger and another dagger at his side.
So good. So cute.
So the outlaw, play as the outlaw if you're always on the move, 1 step ahead of your foes. Spellcasting trait agility. The foundation features, we have Gunsmoke. When you succeed on an attack roll with a firearm, you can spend a hope to become cloaked in Gunsmoke. While cloaked, you remain unseen if you are stationary when an adversary moves to where they would normally see you. When you move into or within an adversary's line of sight or make an attack, you are no longer cloaked. The other one is On the Lam. Once per short rest, when you make a downtime move, you can roll a d6 instead of a d4.
It's wild that you become cloaked as a rogue by making the attack.
Making the attack, yes.
Ha!
Yeah. This one,
the synergy.
This is the one where like it seems incredibly simple on your foundation and gets crazier when you get into the specialization and masteries. So this one may seem weaker on the foundation roll. And that's just because we haven't been able to read the rest.
I was going to say, and then even that foundation though, the synergy with just baseline rogue. Dude.
Yeah, baseline rogue. Yes, the synergy there is there, but trust me when I tell you the specialization
and not to mention
gets really good.
Every time you do a short rest, you get to roll a d6 once instead of a d4.
So
just don't let that go either.
I like
and secret weapon on the specialization.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's great.
It gets
that's
really
so
good.
Fun.
It gets really good.
It's so rogue. Like that. All right, secret weapon specifically, right? That's so roguey. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even picture that for like outlaw specifically, but that's some rogue stuff.
That
right
is
there.
That is a scenario that came up in our game.
Yes, absolutely.
It came up in our game,
and it would have been.
And
you would have been like, "Well, crap."
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
I love it so much. Last one here, we have the for the warrior, we have Call of the Pistolero.
Yeah.
Play the Call of the Pistolero if you want to live by the gun and make your enemies die by it. First off, name aside, awesome. Love the name so much. Art, fantastic. The art in this book is so dang good. This is a Final Fantasy character.
Yes. A giant sword on his back and then 2 pistols.
It's so good. Look at the pinkies.
Mm-hmm.
What are those pinkies doing?
Well, that's with class.
Fire.
When you shoot somebody with a pistol, you shoot them with pinky out.
It's just
Classy.
I love it so much. Foundation here, you got quick draw. This is the class Bad Dog's switching to, right? Like, am I crazy?
No, I think so, yeah.
All right.
100% this is what
You
Bad
get
Dog's
quick
doing.
draw. When you have a pistol or revolver equipped, you can mark a stress to use the attack of opportunity on a target within range that moves out of melee range of another PC. So,
Pow, pow.
hold on though. Let me on a target with okay. So they still be in range of your weapon. Cool. That's
Yes,
that's the clarification. My brain was like, wait, can they be anywhere? No, they be in
Anywhere.
range of your weapon. But then they move melee range of another PC. You get
You get to quick draw.
on them, but not if they do it to you, which is funny. But either way, that's cool. That's unique. That has a lot of like use case. You know
Yes.
how many times because of this game, not everyone inherently having an attack of opportunity. Enemies move in and out of like
just
combat all the
moving
time.
around all the time.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
Now that's like a game of chess. You have to position yourself like in between your allies so that all of them oh god, that's so cool. You also get fan the hammer. When you have a pistol or revolver equipped, you can spend a hope to target an additional adversary in range with the same attack roll.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's some good synergy.
Yo, yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Spend a hope, extra attack, and you don't have you just
Yeah.
oh
You
man.
just pop. Yeah. No, I saw that one and I'm like, yeah, I really do think Bad Dog switching over to Pistolero.
It meets good. What am I trying to say? It sounds like it's hitting the fantasy Bad Dog was trying to make work
Yeah, which was trying to
with the
make work.
core classes.
Yep. It worked, but not quite there with
Right.
the pistol work. This fills it.
Yes, 100%.
And the higher
And
you
this is
get,
only
obviously, the better.
I'll say this is just the foundation.
That's just the foundation. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, like you said, it basically makes the build that they were going for viable.
Yeah.
And actually fun.
Like, dude, speaking of fun, Blackjack Bullet,
Yes.
that's wild. The chance of actually pulling this off,
Yeah.
that's so fun. This is great. This is
Yeah,
great.
it's cool.
Great. And don't forget, every mastery comes with a different ability that helps your mount.
Yeah, that helps your mount. Which brings us to the next section, which is optional rules for mounted PCs. So there is a whole thing in here that gives you some options to actually use mounts and have it be more than just, all right, y'all are on horses.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a little bit more than that. And the funny thing here is kind of funny where they talk about it, which is that it doesn't have to be a horse.
Oh, look at the cover of
Yeah,
this,
and the
this
cover
supplement.
of this thing is I think there's a robot horse on it.
The
and then
robot
there's
horse, like a
giant
chocobo?
bird, like a chocobo. Yeah, so it's all like, remember, it's not just horses. You know, it could be like anything.
Big stag beetle.
Yeah, it could be like whatever you want to fit your whole thing, like your idea of what your mount's going to be.
Yeah, you ever you ever raise one of those little centipede babies?
Yeah.
from your game.
You want
Now
to
you're
raise up
riding
that
it.
centipede? You can ride it. But yeah, no, they give you, or he gives you some really cool rules on here on how to handle mounts that just take them that little bit further. And then, like you mentioned before, one of the main things that we get are class features that help to boost your mounts. So it gives you even more ways to use your mounts in combat rather than just having a mount to travel from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Like when we had mounts in our game, they were just travels, right? You were just moving from point A to point B, really. And I had previously written encounters using mounts. I didn't get to use them in that game because I switched things around for my players a little bit. But these rules fundamentally change that whole encounter.
Yeah,
if I
sure.
were to use them, because you also have like mounted abilities that he gives you in here too. So like spurs and serpentine and charging. So these are things that you can do with a mount that are outside of just normal rule sets. So I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't get to use that mounted encounter because it would have been boring, I think, without some of these rules added in there.
I don't want to skip over the first one here too, though, right? So the very off the jump, right? This one I will go ahead and I'll read part of it at least.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
Essentially, it just it's like don't overcomplicate your mount.
Yeah.
Like the enemies, adversaries won't target your mount, and that's how it's gonna be. Like your mount it's Yeah. So you don't have to you don't have to start every encounter with your GM saying, the bandit shoots your horse.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you do?
The bandit shoots your
that's
horse.
just off the table. That's not fun.
And now it's over.
Now
yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah,
No, they just, you know what? They can't even, don't worry about it. It's just the mount is what the mount is. It can't be targeted. And yeah. And then it gives you some exceptions.
Yeah, there's obviously going to be exceptions on how you can alter a scenario. Like the GM can give you suggestions on what you can do to change the scenario and the situation, but it's not as outward as just like somebody shooting somebody's mount.
Yeah. Did you have any highlights you wanted to bring up?
No, like I said, the main thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that this whole rule set is just aimed at giving you more ways to deal with your mounts, and like how to actually use them in a more fun, engaging way, rather than just having them be like a point A to point B. Right. I think the one thing that I would highlight here is my favorite rule from this whole thing is the whistling. Right. And that's if a PC's mount isn't present in a scene, but the mount could reasonably reach the PC, they can give the GM a fear to whistle for any number of mounts and involve them in a scene.
Yeah, I love that one.
So that is my favorite rule right there, because that opens up the possibility of mounts to your players to basically change a scene. Right. Yeah. And that can change a lot of stuff. Like it could change a scene from like a chase into being now a mounted chase, right? Just by being able to give the GM a little bit of fear, and then you whistle, and all of a sudden your horse comes barreling down the town square out of an alley around the corner, and you whip up onto their back, and now you're like in hot pursuit of something. I love that. I think that's really, really cool. And again, these are optional rules too. So if you don't want to do mounted stuff, these are not stuff that you have to use.
You don't have to use all these.
But I think that this is going to be a lot of fun to utilize. And like I said, I'm glad I didn't end up using my mounted combat, because I think it would have been boring compared to mounted combat now. Right? Yes, because now there's a lot more going on in there, especially being able to summon your mounts to you. So I like it a lot. And like I said, the higher level play, giving you even more bonuses to your mounts and individualized style bonuses to your mounts. That's just chef's kiss. Next thing we had was firearms.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, was kind of my one of the knocks I had against Colossus of the Drylands, which was not enough. They give you a couple here and there, enough to make it feel like a Western, because you got a pistol, you got a long rifle, you got a lasso, right? So it's enough to make you feel more like a Western, but this just fills out your list.
Yep, with 9 additional weapons.
Yeah, 9 additional weapons, and it's all of your classics, right? So like you have your revolvers, your rifles,
different couple variants of revolvers.
Yeah, variants of revolvers, pistols, a lever action gun.
Yes, which is
very,
awesome.
Very cool. Yeah.
Great feature on that thing. You also get a magic damaged
magic
weapon.
Yeah.
Yep, you get a pistol that actually does magic damage. I was surprised there was only one. And then I was like, well, I guess it is, you got to think of like some different things for all of them, right? And I started brainstorming immediately and went to a like rifle with bullets that are like crafted out of like condensed air, and like you could see like the dust like rotating into them and stuff like that. And I just imagine like a druid or someone, with this long barrel rifle, like loading in their like air bullets that do like magic damage. And I was like, oh man, I can't wait for volume 2 and beyond, because there's got to be more magic based weapons, right? Like they've opened up the door for this now.
I really like how every single primary weapon has a very unique feature that goes along with it. So they all feel, it doesn't feel like, and this is one of the things that kind of got brought up, I think when we started playing Colossus of the Drylands, like when we were doing it and we were looking at pistols, and like the weapons in Colossus, like I said, were good enough to get you into being a Western, but they felt a little bit bland, because there was like, well, why would I take a pistol outside of just theming, right? There's other cooler items that I could have, right? But a pistol is a gun, and it is kind of cool. I'm in a Western, I want a gun. Now these all have very good reasons to take, and all their features are very good. So all these weapons really do feel more stand outish, I think. And I think it like just gives you a little bit more to bring you into the world without having to use like your bog standard fantasy weapons.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like them.
I absolutely love them. Love them. Have not gone through and done like our normal deep dive stuff of going through like the trait versus damage type and then comparing to what's already in the game and seeing if anything's broken or underpowered. I haven't done that. They've play tested this. I trust Carlos.
Yeah.
I'm sure these are great. The features are great. The theming is great.
I do like one of the things off to the side of this. There's a little blurb that says gun safety for GMs.
Oh no, it's important.
And I was all like, "Oh, what's that going to say?" And then I read it, and I'll read it to you right now because it's fun. And it just says, "While it might be tempting to have everyone with full holsters, keep in mind how having a party of PCs with primarily ranged attacks will change your encounter design and adversary choice."
Yes,
which is very important. Yeah, because if you're dealing with, if you equip your entire party and they all have like long shot rifles, you're going to have to adjust your encounters around that.
Yep.
Yeah. So fun little tip.
Mm-hmm. Next here, we start going into some Western set pieces. They include 2 of them here. One is a tier 2 traversal and the other is a tier 2 event.
Yeah.
Just like before, we're not going to go through every single thing, but we're going to hit some little bits, give you a taste, right?
Yeah.
So this first one here is called the Rifle Canyon Run. It is the tier 2 traversal I mentioned. A deep and narrow canyon filled with high vantage points, perfect for snipers. Impulses for this are pin down, riddle them with bullets, and don't let them escape. Got a difficulty 14, and some adversaries you might see here would be some outlaws, some bandits or pirate skeletons for that. Some minor fire elementals, maybe a merchant or a swarm of rats. Features include Canyon Run passive, the Get to Cover passive, Shoot 'em Dead, which is action, Reposition for another action, and Bullet Storm reaction. I don't want to go over everything here.
No, I don't. And I just want to say that out of the 2 of them, Rifle Canyon Run and Mounted Train Chase, Rifle Canyon is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
This one is really, really cool. And
I wasn't going to compare them like that since they're different.
They're very different. They're very, very different. But I am going to play favorites, and Rifle Canyon is really cool.
It's very cool.
It's incredibly thematic, right?
On, man. They're both
thematic. Very thematic. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. But this one is like, I don't know. This is one of those things where you read it and you immediately have a place for it in a campaign.
For sure. Like, and the whole idea
immediately.
It really like puts your players in a canyon with bandits and stuff like up on top.
Yeah.
And they're shooting down at you.
The unpredictability of it. Yeah. And like the whole idea that you have to get like across this canyon.
You're in danger.
Yes.
Right? Like
you're in danger.
What do you do when you've got outlaws on each side of you, above you, all firing down at you, like fish in a barrel sort of situation. And you're just trying to get to cover or get to the other side for safety, and there's some excellent mechanics here to go with it.
Yeah, that's what the mechanics are very tuned with it. Like Get to Cover, the passive, is very in tune with basically keeping the action up.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea that like you have to get to this other side of this canyon and you've got to survive the gauntlet essentially of going through here.
Yep.
Which, like I said, it's one of those things where you read it and that's how you know it's good, because you read it and no notes. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I read it and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna slot this right into a game and easily use it because it's perfect for as just being a generalized set piece.
Mm-hmm.
And it could even just not even be the set piece, but like a thing to slow down a party trying to get to an objective, or like chasing someone. Like if somebody runs them through this canyon as like a trap. Like that's super cool.
And I, in a heroic fantasy, I know I always want my players to come out on top and stuff like that, but you need that like threat of actual danger to like keep it just real enough to like keep them on their toes, to make sure that when you bring up high intensity moments that they feel something, right? You need that little bit of pulse pound. I think you might lose. This definitely brings it.
Yeah.
I mean, between like, it's not something where you can just, oh, well, we're invincible. We're the heroes. We can run from A to B and we're fine. There's a cover system and you need to use it.
Yeah, you got to use it.
Because one of the things here is your GM uses a fear. And if you're not using covering, you're about to get hurt.
Yeah.
Just happens. You have to play smart.
Yeah.
You can't just rush through this thing. And I love that. I love that a lot. And what scares me most is that I know I'm a player in this game. I'm not the GM in this game.
Yeah.
And I know this is coming.
You're going to see this.
This is absolutely.
It's funny because you're going to be like, I want to look around, and I'll be like, oh, you see a canyon? And it's only one way in, one way out. What are you going to do? Go back to town?
Guys, I'm feeling real sleepy all of a sudden.
Yeah, I've never really been fond of canyons myself.
Never. I'm so excited. In fact, you know what's good? Bang's never found a canyon. He can't find his way out of it. We're probably pretty safe in there, guys. Let's go there first. Bang, you're real excited about going in this canyon. Yeah. What can I say? I want to do it. I want to see if I die.
Well, it's coming.
I'm excited.
So,
luckily, none of our players listen to this podcast.
Oh, that's true. Our next and last is the mounted train chase. And when I was just flipping through, I saw the train at the end, and I was like, "Oh, a train thing! This probably has mechanics I could have used." For sure. Because train, like that was like my immediate very first thing. It was like, "Oh, I'm doing a western. There's going to be a train.
Absolutely,
we're doing a train." But this is interesting because this idea is like the reverse of it. Because like I had you guys on a train.
Yes.
Like
I see what you're saying.
I put you on a train.
Yeah.
Right. So this one's called the Mounted Train Chase. It's a tier 2 event. Outlaws have stolen a train full of gold. Mount up and board it right before they hit the tunnel. The impulses on this one are to keep them busy, stoke the engine, outgun the heroes. It's a difficulty 14. Potential adversaries include outlaws, bandits, archers, squadron, assassins, giants, minotaur wrecker, merchant baron, masked thief. There's a lot of features on this one. The first one is Getaway Train, a passive, Mounted Pursuit, passive, Rooftop Gunners, action, and Train Robbers, action.
One meaty action.
And Train Robbers is meaty. It takes up probably about half of this whole thing.
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff going on.
It's one of those roll a d6 to choose a thing. But all the things
they're so cool.
Are vastly different, and they're rad.
Yeah. So like I said, this one's opposite to what I had my players running through because this is the idea of you chasing a train. So you're trying to get on the train and stop it or get on it before it hits the tunnel.
Well, what's neat, like once you get on the train,
once you get on the train, it's not over. Yeah, there's still stuff going on here. But once I saw this, I was like, oh man, I bet there's stuff that I definitely could have used in this. And there's some really cool stuff on here that are awesome mechanics for running trains in your games.
It's funny because we had Uriel, your giant centipede.
Yeah, my colossi.
And I could have seen you using this as Uriel was the train. And we were chasing her down
and chasing her down
horseback or something.
It makes me wonder. Like that's what I wonder. Like how much would that game, like that first, the first 3 sessions have changed had this been out at the time?
This could just be. You could still use it though.
I know. I'm still
like that's the thing.
Yeah, no.
This train.
I've already established.
Insert new.
There are many train tracks. So many train tracks. There's how much would I have changed had I had this stuff?
Yeah,
I definitely would have been able to use so much of this stuff in that game. And there's a really cool stuff that I plan on using in the future games too.
Mm-hmm. And this recently released, right?
Yes, yeah. It's it has not been out super long.
And you have already received an email talking about additional content to come.
So if you're a person that has already purchased this on itch, you would have already gotten the email from Carlos basically saying like, hey, if anybody has any feedback or anything like that, feel free to submit stuff through the questionnaires and everything like that, because I am already working on stuff for volume 2.
So cool,
because there's more stuff that he wants to do, obviously, and that is very exciting. Like that's some great news for me. Because like I said, Colossus is like my favorite campaign frame, and this is only going to make it easier to run Western stuff, but also just more fun to run Western stuff.
Oh, dude, just the weapons alone.
Yeah, the weapons alone
improves that's so much.
Yeah, and that's why I say looking at it, saying it's $15 and 10 pages is absolutely acceptable and fine, because there is so much meat in these 10 pages that is going to be massive for future games like running forward. And I will not hesitate to buy volume 2 when it drops, just because I already know what I'm expecting. Right? I've gotten this here. I know what's in here. I know exactly the kind of content that I'm going to be getting in volume 2. and I know that it's going to be even better and even more in depth from what I'm seeing here. And I'm really excited to see if he decides to do other subclasses for some of these other classes, because I would love to see what he does for like something like a druid.
So this is just what I was wondering, right? So it seems that, everything's grouped together as the gunslingers.
Yes, the
right?
gunslingers, exactly.
So what will the next Western theme grouping be?
I don't know, but
gunslinger, that's great off the jump,
yes,
right?
Okay. And that's what I'm wondering is like I really am curious to see like where he's going with volume 2 for other subclasses and what we could possibly see. Because like the idea of like some sort of like what he's gonna do for magic users, right? Like what kind of road are we gonna take on that?
Yeah.
Like I'm just excited. I'm super excited for what
we're not the creatives, we're the enjoyers.
Yeah, I'm the enjoyer. Yeah, I have some cool ideas for like mechanics I would love to see. But yeah, I'm really just excited to see like what we get, and I assume we're probably going to get even more weapons too. Maybe some more mount rules would be fun, and even environments. I really want to see some more environments because I love these two. Rifle Canyon Run and Mounted Train are fun.
That's the thing. There could be a volume of just environments, and it'd still be great.
Like I'm hoping. I know it's going to happen. There's no way he's not going to have some sort of saloon.
Oh, for sure, right?
Like we're going to get some sort of social saloon environment, which. That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be super fun. Maybe a poker game environment, like a gambling environment.
You can't give all these away for free. You can, but you got to message Carlos. People are going to say they came up with it. But it's
I can't
you came up with poker.
No, I'm not that creative. But yeah, no, if you are interested in expanding your Western game or starting a Western game, I think this is a must. Like I would like 100%. If you're going to be playing Colossus of the Drylands, I recommend you go pick this up before you start your game. If you've already started your Colossus of the Drylands, I think you should check this out to supplement your game. Like 100%. Like I can't recommend it enough.
Like we're doing.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, everyone, if you've enjoyed this video and you want to give some help keep these lanterns lit, positive affirmation help do that. If you are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, any of those podcast services, a like and follow, super like. You don't like on those things, I don't think. 5-star follow. You guys know this better than I do at this point. YouTube, that's where you like and subscribe. If you you can also hype that thing if you want. Hype. I yelled that a little loud. Sorry guys, I was too hyped. But until next time, y'all, I've been Tyler.
And I've been Richard.
And we been
True Strike. See you around, partner.
To the hall. Hey, adventurers. Thanks again for joining us today. Please be sure to give us a follow on your favorite podcasting platforms and YouTube. If there's any questions you'd like to write into the show, you can hit us up on Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram. New episodes released every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for listening to True Strike.